Hey, thanks for coming back. This video is a warning. It's a warning about some activity that is a result of the confluence of our rights under the Second Amendment to keep and bear arms, and where Heller will almost certainly be expanded to include outside of the home, and our Fourth Amendment right, which is to be free from unreasonable search and seizure. Now, law enforcement and anti-gun people are desperate to make sure that they can harass you and I for having firearms concealed or open out in public. In many jurisdictions, in many states, where you have constitutional carry or permitless carry, where we can now carry firearms legally, law enforcement, their hands are tied. Even if someone says, I see a person with a gun, the old man with a gun call, there's nothing they can do because it's legal to have a gun in public in many, many places now. But law enforcement and certain anti-gun people, and when I say law enforcement, I'm talking about municipal police in most cases, they want that's their cherry. That's how they were able to do stop and frisk, because they think there's a gun and they can force you to have a conversation with them, and then if you don't have a permit to carry, then they can add on a firearms violation. But it was primarily to harass people to stop and frisk. So now, and you probably didn't notice, and I didn't until today, I was doing some research, there is now gun detection technology that's portable. It comes on a stand. I'll put a picture down below to the link of one of these. They're being sold to law enforcement organizations, and they're trying to make the technology small enough to be carried on the belt of a law enforcement person who can just be walking down the street and detect a firearm on a person. So the constitutionality of that kind of technology being used without a warrant, because it then would constitute warrantless search, because if you are in a jurisdiction where it is legal to carry a firearm open or concealed without a permit in your state, or it would be in your state, is it legal to use passive gun detection technology for the purpose of stopping you? And my answer would be no, because you have a right, you have an expected right to privacy because of the constitutionality of the Second Amendment and the Fourth Amendment, not to be bothered just because somebody thinks you have a gun. Of course. Now, if you are committing a crime and they find the gun, that's different. That would be like saying, I'm driving a car, I'm going to detect people who are driving a car, and every time I see a person who's driving a car, I'm going to stop them because I think they should have, I don't think they have a license for that. Well, you can't stop a person just because you think they don't have a license. You have to stop them in the process of committing some kind of infraction. That's the same idea. If it's legal to carry firearms, what would be the purpose of gun detection if it's legal to carry guns? Right? So think about that. Again, I'll put the link to this article and to one of these sites. Talk it up with your legislators. If you're in a constitutional carry state, or if you're in a state where open carry and concealed carry are legal or permitless, you need to make sure that your law enforcement people don't buy this kind of technology and then field it out to harass you and people like you. So check it out. Thanks for watching. Carry on.